What's up, you guys? We are Keith and Hannah, and today is another day of our van build series.
Today we're going to be building our shower after not vlogging for a couple of days because we had a day of getting materials, and then yesterday we spent about 6 hours
That is no joke.
literally just staring at things, trying to figure out how we were going to put this together.
We thought we were going to get the shower up yesterday and done, but we didn't do that at all. We just figured out what we need to do, so we're going to show you putting up the shower today.
Now that we have it figured out, actually.
Right.
So we're super excited to get this started today. This is the first 3D structure going in the van.
It's going to be exciting.
So if you're looking to know or understand how to frame out your shower, that's what we're going to be sharing today, and we're super excited to bring you along with us.
Yep, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is find your center line on your ceiling, or I'm sorry, on your floor and your ceiling. So this blue tape line on the floor right here is the center line, and we found that honestly just by, if you look at the ribs on the floor, you can tell where the center is. It's not like the most precise thing in the world, but that's the best way to find the center line, and then you can measure from both sides and you can get a pretty accurate measurement. And then on the ceiling, and then to find the center line on the ceiling, we do have our ceiling up so you can't see it, but there is like these little holes right here. You can see one that's right in the middle, and that's your center line. So when we put up our ceiling board, we put this directly in the center of the ceiling. So this board is wide is 4.5 on the face, so you can just mark 2 1/4 on the center of the board, and then you get your center line. We got it marked here with tape, so just on this side of the tape is the center line, and we'll do that here on this next piece. And what you can do there is then you can measure over, from the center line, and then this black square here is the outside of the shower pan, so 32 inches by, and it's not 24 because we're gonna have our steel studs coming out just a little bit farther, because we are gonna have a short wall that goes right here. You'll see more of that here in just a minute, but I just used a framing square to make sure that this is perfectly square, so we know where our studs need to be. So our studs are gonna go right on these lines, and that'll be square down here. So then you can measure over from the center line to here, and I believe that's 8.5 inches. And then same thing with up here, you can measure from your center line over to where the stud needs to be, 8.5 inches, and then that's how you know that it's straight, because you can't really use a level in the van, because if your van isn't perfectly level, the level's not really going to work, and the walls are curved, so it's very difficult. That is why we spent 6 hours yesterday trying to figure this out. So I think we finally have a good idea and understanding. So the next thing we did was cut our steel studs. So starting with the back one, we did cut, if you can see here, little slits in the side of the steel stud, and we did that just following the most natural, straightest points of the van. So when it goes up against, it'll touch down here at the floor right there, and then it just gives you the curve of the van, so that way when you're in the shower you're not losing a bunch of space or anything. So that's what that'll look like. And then this track will come in down here, meet the bottom of that, and then we'll have our outside wall right here, and then we'll obviously put another stud or two in there to help frame it out. But so this is kind of what it'll look like down here at the bottom. That bottom track will go in there, and then we've got this stud coming up here, and this isn't straight, it'll be about there, but that's what the wall will look like. And then this little piece right here, that's the little short wall we're gonna have coming out from the shower. So right here there'll be a wall to have our light switch on. So then right here coming up from this edge will be another stud to finish this short little wall right here. So then it's gonna be essentially the same thing on this side, except it's a little different because where we wanted our shower to be, where the frame of the van runs horizontally underneath is kind of in the way. So we just notched it out above, and then it'll still fit the same way. This will just come up to it, and then we'll have a short piece down there at the bottom that just connects it. But this is really where we wanted the shower, and we couldn't find a different spot that really fit what we wanted. So this is where we're gonna put it. Let's get screwing this thing in.
So now we're gonna screw those few pieces in first, and then we'll give you like a midway point of what that looks like. And then closer to the middle or end of this video, we'll show you how we're aligning the other steel studs so that this is more of like a structural little room, I guess.
Yeah, and we'll make sure that we'll show you how to make it square at the top, because
yes,
that's why another reason why we spent 6 hours yesterday. Just
a lot of brainstorming.
Just trying to make sure it's straight and square.
So we're gonna screw that together now, and then we'll show you midway what that looks like.
And we have a shower pretty much. This has taken us a little bit longer, but we didn't line our the sides up with the beams just because we wanted to have just the shower. So we did have to kind of we ran this beam across the top here. So we also knew measuring from our midline what was going to be the same here as it was on the floor. So that way we know our walls are going to be straight. So we got that measured, and everything so far is really sturdy. Our next step is to, before we secure these up here, we need to get our studs in, and that way they can slide in, and then we'll put these on and we'll pretty much have a shower. Well, this is it. It is finally framed. We haven't screwed these two in yet, just because we ran out of screws and it's not worth it to go to Lowe's and get them right now. But so we'll finish those probably tomorrow. But this is what the shower looks like. I think we're really happy with how it turned out, and we do still have to make the supports that go across the back, so then we can screw like the foam board on, and then make some supports go in between here. But really, these are pretty solid, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out.
We are back this afternoon and ready to finish out the shower. We have Kenzie here with us today. Hi! That's our niece. She just came with us today to check out what's going on, but now we're gonna finish the shower and we'll show you what it looks
Hopefully
like.
Today is one of our shorter days, just finishing this up, and then
yeah,
can say we have something done.
For sure. The shower is 90% done.
We didn't completely get done, but our niece Kenzie is really ready to go home. And
so
we wanted a night where we were cleaning up before dark. So
we're gonna just be done early today. We're gonna finish the last like 10% of this.
And it will be quick.
Tomorrow morning. It will be a lot quicker because it's just putting some supporting braces on the sides. But we wanted to show you what it looked like tonight before we wrap things up.
Yep. So as you guys saw yesterday, we were finishing up the framing of the shower, but our niece was really ready to go home, so we didn't quite get it finished, but we came back this morning and we wrapped it up, and we're going to show you what it looks like and kind of explain what we did and why we did it.
So far, I think it's looking really good.
Me too.
I'm super excited to actually like turn it into a bathroom, but this is like so cool because it's the first 3D structure.
Yeah, it's crazy to see
in the
something
van.
up.
Yes, but yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's go. Voila, here it is in all its glory. As you saw, starting last night, we got all the supports running up the back here, and the reason there are so many is because we did follow the curve of the van, but we did it in 3 parts, basically from the naturally like most straightest points in the van. So we'll have a support down here at the bottom that the shower pan will actually screw into, and there'll be enough to start screwing in the foam board, and then same for the middle, and then right here is where the turn or the curve kind of starts, and then 3 for that straight piece, and then just 2 up there at the top. So got those in, and we got these side braces in here. This just helps strengthen these studs, and it also will give us a place to screw in the foam board on the inside when we're ready for that. And then this might look a little excessive with screws here, but we did get 3 supports in here for this wall. So on these supports here, we do have it on the front, so we'll also have an extra place to screw the plywood in right here. And then on the inside, we screwed basically another one of these in on the inside, so when we go to put this short piece of foam board in right here, we'll have a place to screw that in on the inside as well. If you see like any wiggle in these, I mean that's kind of a given with the steel studs, but when we put the plywood on the outsides, it'll really tie it all together and be super sturdy. So I'm really happy with how it turned out.
So that concludes our framing of the shower. I hope that we got enough in here that if you go to do this, you can actually like follow some of our instructions to do it yourself.
But if anybody does have any questions about how we did this,
just drop them in the comments.
We would be more than happy to like give any specifications or go in depth on anything more. So,
but I think this turned out really good. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, we're happy to hear it.
Yep.
Happy to take any constructive criticism as it comes. But that's it for now.
In the next video, we're going to be framing out our benches / bed.
Yes, that's going to be our bed, our dining room table, our workspace. I mean, what else? It's really just a multi-purpose. But we're super excited about that. That will be the next video that we post. Yeah. But for now, it's time for us to go work on that.
Yeah, so stay tuned next week, and if you guys could subscribe, like this video, it'd really help us out. So we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.